Because I'll be honest, Apple users are not the most.
No.
I'm just gonna say it. Tech
Say it.
savvy.
Say
They're
it.
not the most
Say
tech
it.
savvy people, which is why Apple is able to sell the products it's able to sell. Because
You're
it's not
recording.
selling.
We're gonna record on here for 2
No, yeah,
minutes.
that's
We'll do a
good.
little intro real quick.
Go ahead.
Hey, whoa, this is lit. Oh, hold on, because now I have it on the big screen, and then like we're right here.
Oh, here. No.
No, this is perfect,
Pull the second one out,
and we'll
Yeah.
use the whole.
and we need to use the whole space. So
I
if
love
you need to
this.
reposition, that's fine.
Yeah, I'll
but
do
we
that.
need to get the shot right.
So what I wanted to do, honestly, was have the laptop out of the area, so we could use it.
Okay, so then here's.
You know what I mean?
Here's what I
So,
was
and that's what I was saying
thinking.
about framing. When I talk about framing,
What if?
I'm like, I can go here with it. I don't have to move it over because I'm.
Oh wait,
Actually,
actually, that's better. But now you see the cord.
No, that's fine.
You know
But
what? I don't think it's a problem to have your laptop.
no, I don't. I'm okay with having the laptop there. I just want to have the camera in a good spot where we can, you know, what I'm saying, kind of just
It's so
get
funny. You know,
everything.
I'm self-conscious about our presentation.
And
No,
so,
I'm not.
and this is what I was saying.
I'm
This
like,
has
oh,
been
let's
this
get
has been
this
my
done.
homework. The part of it of this, the video part, has been my homework because I don't mind having the computer there. I can literally do this. No, we'll go here. Don't be a bitch, thing. That's crazy. Yeah, I think I'm charging there, and then somewhere where my bag is, I'm pretty sure I have enough shit for all the shit, just so we know. The phone can do its thing over here. Now I'm not even connected, and I have a full battery on the laptop. So,
Yeah, you're good. You're perfect.
this is just me keeping control of.
Let's try out an intro. Let's test out our greeting. Let's get everything, like you said, film test.
Yeah.
There we
That was
go.
the whole shit, was to
I'm
basically
excited.
just set up and be on film, know we're on film, and then
That's enough.
fuck around and run. Because this is what I did when
That's
I did
enough.
dinner the other day. See what I mean? Like, we're looking here, and
Wait, let me see. I want to see it. I want to see how I feel about this. Sorry.
oh, you can go bigger with it.
Okay.
So it's all about like making sure you know where to look when we're talking to the audience.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things that I had to learn because I'm not good at just looking at the computer or looking at.
Turn the computer around just so I can
Oh,
see.
so you can see it.
Yeah.
See, this is the best part.
This is intimacy. We need to get. This is intimacy. We need to
This
make.
is so good, isn't it?
Oh, I love
I
it.
had a feeling you would have so much fun with it. So
Oh,
if you
yeah.
go, look, if I go one, it'll even, you know what I mean?
Oh, I
I
love
can
it.
change I can use the phone as you're moving it. I'm still using the phone. This screen is the phone,
Oh yeah.
all right? So you can kind of do all kinds of shit.
Oh, I
so
love
if I go
that.
here, like if you click on my face right there,
Yeah.
on the screen, if you click on my face, it should focus on my face.
It does. Perfect.
Right? Even though I'm just in the frame.
Yeah.
But if you come here, right? Come back over here. I'm gonna just do it that cord. I didn't even see this. I didn't even see this. There's a USB-C.
This is
Right
perfect.
here. So keep this bitch powered. I love technology.
Me too.
This the only reason why I bought
We look
this
great.
thing-
This is perfect.
only reason why I bought this thing was because I had a Samsung phone. So I said if
Yeah.
I have the Ultra phone, I need the Ultra book.
That's what I did. I had the phone, so I got the watch. I got
Fuck,
the
I
Mac.
left my damn
got
pen in
the. No, you're good.
No, it's fine. I don't need the pin.
You
I
don't.
only use the pin for fucking signing shit but yeah, so this is what I was doing, but then I had the camera over and we did a whole thing making food. I made steak with the pasta. I like
That sounds so good
I
right now.
meat.
I know. I made all my chicken yesterday. I had to do meal prep
Nice.
because I've been a little porker lately.
Yeah, you're
I don't
fat.
know. I don't know where it came
you know
from.
why? It's because you're gymming it up.
Honestly, okay. So,
And so
like,
this is what I want. This is what I wanted right here. So
no, this is good.
so if you can back up as far as you want, type shit, and have you know what I'm saying, and it's just now we're talking to each other, and if we have to, look at the camera. See what I mean? Like
I like this.
first wall,
This is great.
first wall,
First wall.
second wall, third wall break, because we only have 2 walls.
Fourth wall.
I mean, they call it fourth wall, but I feel like it's only the second wall.
I forgot what the third wall was.
I think the third wall is whoever else is in the room that's not a main character. Oh, the audience. The live audience, maybe? We have to do homework on that. We're going to have to do homework
Thank
to
you.
break that down. Hold on.
I don't know what walls we're using anymore. Where's the walls?
What is...
The most frightening moment for a creative. Where's the wall? Where's the room?
What is it called?
Where's the safe space?
Yeah. What is the fourth wall? I need to know. Wait a minute. That's not even a question yet. There it is. I put a 2 behind it. What? You deleted our board? We need the board.
What are you talking about?
You erased the 3 off the board.
Oh, no. It's fine. It's fine because I feel like, I know it sounds funny, but this is a canvas now. I feel like part of it, the magic, is watching this board come to life.
Okay,
behind us.
so that was another thing we did talk about. Was making
Because
sure that
this
we get
is also seen, something that I took from the very first day in the first 2 missions.
Yeah, it was the wall that we created.
It literally becomes the show. It like its counterpart, like its backdrop. Like we build our set as we develop our dialogue.
And I think and that's another thing that I was thinking about that makes so as a consumer of, you know what I'm saying, entertainment in a way.
Yeah.
And being a specific type of consumer of entertainment, what I do realize is if we run it through a show, right? When we run through the show with no cuts,
Yeah.
that's kind of where it's at.
That's how it goes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, rather whether or not we have multiple camera angles.
Big. And I do want that because, so something I envision, this is just my vision. Obviously,
It's going to evolve.
Stepping stone.
Yeah.
But my vision is I like this, but I also want 2 others. One to literally
One
give
here
us,
and then one there.
Yeah.
So that way, like, you get a spot, I get a spot, and then we're there.
Because we can't forget, and this is a big one, and we have to know it. We are main characters. We're huge. So we need to allow ourselves.
So big.
You know, honestly.
I'm so fucking big.
Exactly.
Like
that.
I tell people a lot of times, you know that warehouse we used to work in, that I used to work in?
Mm-hmm.
It's not big enough for my personality.
It isn't. No.
Like, it never has been. Oh,
No.
and were you at DLA 5?
No, I wasn't. I came there.
I feel like
in
that's a
DC
lie.
I came there at DCX1.
Somehow, I feel like it's a lie. Whatever you want to tell me is fine. I just feel like I remember you there. So, like, you can say whatever. I just feel like I remember you there. That's all.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Maybe towards the end, maybe you thought it was DCX1 because they were shutting the bitch down.
That's when I realized I was crazy the whole time, and then I wasn't here.
Still recording right here?
Yeah, we're recording.
Oh, shit. It just went black, and I didn't know what was
No,
happening.
yeah, we're still recording.
Okay,
so I love this. Okay, so this is perfect. I love this. It's intimate. It's close. What we need to... Okay, so now... What I like about this, so we have the 2 cameras that we know we want to get to. One for now is perfect. We look great on film. Now with the flow and how we curate. So, because I do think, I like the idea of me having...
Go from here, right, off camera. Fuck a flow. If I go from here, right, and go, welcome to the show.
That's crazy.
So I'm just saying there was a flow there because I was rolling across it. I don't know if rivers flow. That I looked like I was on a tube on a river.
No, I love it.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. So now, what do we want to talk about?
We have like a lot of stuff.
We have stuff to go
and
over.
We have minimal time.
No, we don't.
I want to.
We have a lot of time.
I want to shorten our time because I do have work later.
That's fine.
You know what I'm saying? So 5:30,
Okay.
and I got to be in Irvine. So
okay.
But it's fine. We should be able to make it as far as.
With all the white bitches.
Yeah, bro. There's nothing but okay. We don't have to.
Irvine is so like lame to me. I love Irvine.
Okay, Irvine the city is lame.
Yeah, it's
but
lame.
the
It's
surrounding areas
amazing.
are fucking lit.
Yes. Okay. I tell people all the time, you won't catch me in LA these days, like ever. I rarely go out there. But I will always go to Orange County. Take me to Fashion Island, take me to Newport Beach,
I
take
love
me to
Newport. I love Balboa. Hell, there's parts of Irvine I'm starting to like. I love Mission Viejo.
Okay, I don't think I've been there, but
Okay,
I do like where it's positioned.
Mission Viejo is weird because you would think it's a lot of white people. You know who's out here? Mexicans.
Okay,
Which is funny because it's Mission Viejo.
I know. So you would expect. Here's the funny
You would
part.
expect a bunch of white people in a way, but like it's Mission Viejo, so like you don't realize that there's a fuck ton of Mexicans out there,
It's so funny.
and they're not like paisas. I can say that because my girl is Mexican. Fuck
Yeah,
y'all.
exactly.
You know what I
Exactly.
mean? But like they're not. It's not like the Mexicans we have in San Bernardino.
No, it's okay because
It's a very different level. They voted for Trump Mexicans,
Right.
and I'm so Like I just when I'm there,
It feels good. No,
I don't feel like I'm out of place.
When
They're the only ones. The white people, they look at me like.
I look at.
I don't think I have anything you want to rub.
And I'm like, okay, because people always talk shit on Orange County. They say it's super conservative,
Yes.
Trump supporters, all these things. And you know what I find fabulous and funny is why are all of you enjoying your time in Orange County? If you're such big liberals and Democrats and you're such blue wave fanatics, why do I see you taking pictures over in Orange
The
County and
funny
enjoying
part
yourself?
about that is
Like, how
that
do you
Orange
get to
County
that?
is the only place I've seen anti-Trump rallies.
And it's funny because
And they do it every day.
and which is bizarre.
And I thought it was crazy because I said I had to go
It's
to
so
work,
bizarre.
but I'm not going to be working. There's work to be done.
Exactly.
I'm not going to be working, right?
Yeah.
These motherfuckers have no jobs.
No, they don't.
Because they spend their time out here making signs,
Exactly.
doing arts and crafts
Exactly.
against Trump. And
Okay.
I love the idea that these old niggas that spent their time doing arts and crafts and they not ever actually getting their ass whooped, right? I have to put my girl. She be driving. I'm passenger prince. Thank you very much.
I love that.
You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
And so she has to like lock my motherfucking window every time we drive by because I'm like, shut y'all asses up.
Yeah, because that's not, you don't do that in Orange County. What is wrong with you?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
This is Orange County. We don't do protests here. Save that shit for LA and San Bernardino or Riverside. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of my county.
But what people don't get about Orange County, here's the other part, is Orange County has such a diverse array of people. Because, okay, yes, you have the quintessential Orange County by the coastline, waterfront homes, mansions, all that beauty. People also forget that Anaheim is in that section too.
Anaheim is in Orange County.
You have the little Huntington Beach.
Don't forget.
You have Irvine.
You have hold on. You have
Diego.
Huntington off the beach. Hold on.
Yeah.
How about there's a difference between
Okay, Huntington off
oh,
the
okay.
beach.
Huntington
Yes.
and Newport off the beach.
Huntington and Newport off the beach.
Off the
is
beach
absolutely
is
wild.
Different from Huntington Beach and Newport.
And I'm gonna say this, okay?
The actual beach areas. Like as soon as you get off the beach, as soon as you step foot off the sand.
I'm gonna say this because it's something that we don't discuss either. Is there's like, okay, when you look at all these places that have these allures and whatnot, I am very rarely captivated by the same places most people consider to be fabulous. Don't get me wrong. There's like the little places that are like, okay, they're great.
There
but when it comes
there
to
are
Orange
gyms
County,
within
yeah,
like gyms of areas within all those places we
Orange
just said.
County itself to me is like a striking contrast
When-
between ghetto and filthy rich. There's something.
Yeah,
and they
it's like
don't-
as soon as you get out, you're in the favelas.
I was like, where am I?
If
I drive too many blocks.
when as soon as the freeway says 55 to Riverside or 91 to Riverside,
Thank you.
it's like you're in the favelas
Because where did I go?
comparatively.
Because where did I go? Because psychologically, I wasn't in too much of a different place. It's only, 50 minutes from where we are at the moment. And so it's not like it's a huge difference in
No,
growth.
you go right down the freeway and it's like, boom, you're
No.
there.
And then it's so funny.
I say right down the freeway, everything in California is 30 minutes from everything in California.
And most
Right?
everything.
If you want to be around buildings, that's cool, right? But if you go to the right part of LA, I'm looking at the screen that I'm on and not the camera, which is probably my problem.
Yeah.
Because that's what I wanted.
You just have to remember markers.
Yeah, but I'm not good with markers. So if I look this way, it looks like I'm looking at the camera now.
I'm not sure which camera.
Well, there's 3 of them.
I
So
know
like
there's 3.
pick
That's
one.
where
If
I'm
you
like-
just look at the thing,
Yeah.
that's why I think I should put it just right there. Because if I look at the screen, then it looks like I'm looking at the people.
Mhm.
And the people can't see the screen, and I can see
Exactly.
me. And that was the whole shit about figuring out our like at least a single angle of us speaking.
Yeah.
And then our feedback right here is gonna be late because this is wirelessly connected, right? So we're just connected right here through Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, or
Okay.
Wi-Fi, whichever one is better for the devices.
Okay. But yeah, this is fine. This is
Yeah,
perfect.
and in California, just to be clear, everything is 30 minutes from everything.
Yeah.
Right? I'm 30 minutes from the city, I'm 30 minutes from the suburbs, I'm 30 minutes from the beach, and I'm 30 minutes from the mountains.
I could be right across the street from the grocery store and everywhere where I run errands, and it's still 30 minutes away. Why? Because now that I know it's right across the street, I can do so much more prep myself to leave the housework. So it's still 30 minutes away. That is the
It's
California
always like
experience.
everything is just 30 minutes. It's actually 30 minutes to the car at
Yeah,
that point.
Exactly.
And anything 30 minutes to the car is 30 minutes away. I'll be there. I'm on my way if I'm getting ready.
And like, you know, when you're in a place like Orange County, 30 minutes is a world of difference.
Bro,
I've already left the county
listen,
at 30 minutes.
In 30 minutes, you could be in Long Beach.
Yeah. Which ghetto? I'm sorry. An interjection. Long Beach. I hate it. I hate Long Beach
Okay, that's
with
fine.
a passion. And,
You
you
know me, I love the hood.
no one needs
This
to
is gonna
like,
be. This
hate
is.
it the
I
way
think. I think
do.
the name of the show is. What's it called? It's gonna be like something about differences.
That's today's
Like
episode.
there's the difference.
I like how
Like,
you
here's
see
the
the
difference,
world versus the way I see it.
And I like the way you see the world because the way I see the world, it's actually very dark.
Oh yeah.
There's blood everywhere, body parts, shit. It's
Yeah.
trash.
Yeah.
And yours is a lot brighter than mine.
Oh yeah, no, me like okay, so like to me, like Los Angeles is like it's like a big
I
factory.
don't like going to LA. Like down
LA's
DTLA.
different. Long Beach is a factory. I don't like it. It's a shipping yard
True.
that they dress up a lot and they
True.
overprice because have you
It
seen what
smells
they're
like
selling
the
over
ocean everywhere, and I think the ocean is under you when you're in Long Beach.
there? It smells like the ocean in places we're too far from the ocean to smell.
That's what I mean. Like
And
it's
that's
like
what
it's like
bothers
you're
me.
like if you're in Long Beach proper, everything smells
Also,
like
it's
the
kind
ocean.
of a dead city. I'm not gonna lie. I hear people like talk about Long Beach, and I go there, trying to find the same brand of fun or entertainment that these people are like happening upon, and I'm like, where?
Yeah, no, because I want to say
Where?
last week we spent about 2 or 3 hours in Long Beach, like literally driving around in and around all the pertinent
Well,
areas.
what is it safe to do there outside of your car?
There's a lot of places where you have to like go and just be there, and then you go home. Like I feel like walking around and going from the beach to the places, or going from a place to a place, walking. It's probably not. It's not gonna be fun
It's
because
not.
it looks like the hood, but they have like the high class restaurants and stores and shit. Like there's a few areas of that, but it's like you did this in a residential area that was literally made for residential, so it doesn't make any sense that like you got 2 main streets that go opposite ways, and they're 2 lanes. Because it used to be like 3 lanes on each side. Now it's 2 lanes, a bike lane and a parking lane. And then you get like close to the intersection, and it's 1 lane.
I just want Long Beach to admit that it doesn't really have a lot going on for it besides shipping
No,
ports.
and I would say that. And
I just want them
here's
to
the
be
thing. Here's the
honest.
thing, because the one thing I love about it, and this is on some like real hardy, shipyard shit, is that it is America's heart of shipping.
Yeah.
Right.
And I would
America's
prefer just
heart
own
of
it.
shipping.
Just own it.
Yeah, like paint everything gray.
I'm fine with that. Yeah, exactly. We have a
only
shipping
allow
port.
trucks.
It's a shipping port.
If
It's
you
a
work
Long
you can
Beach
work and live here only.
of
You
just
can't
shipping.
work in Long Beach and then live somewhere else.
Yeah.
You need to work and live there.
No, it is a work and live
No,
city.
And I think that's the biggest thing about it is that, like, honestly, if you want something today, go to Long Beach.
Yeah. No.
If you're
right.
today, like everything you want is, if you're a hype beast motherfucker, live in Long Beach.
I went to the aquarium there not too long ago, and I just thought, oh, this was so nice. I never have to come
I
here
never
again.
think that about aquariums. In
I
general,
never
but
have to
go
be here.
on.
Well, I love aquariums, but
I do. I love fucking big things of water
I
with
just was
fish in 'em.
there, and I was
But-
like, I never have to visit again. It was just very lackluster to me, and I don't know. Maybe in
You
my
know the other thing I
mind,
love about Long Beach?
maybe I just vision more, but I don't know. Like most of Long Beach is just underwhelming.
You want to know what else I love about Long Beach?
Wow.
They scraped the city to do F1 racing.
Wait, they do F1 there?
So there's a F1, there's a Formula One track. It's
There's
the
no
Long
way.
Beach circuit.
There's no way.
I swear to God,
Why have I
I've been racing cars
I
since
have
Gran
never-
Turismo 1. Thank you.
never know?
I don't think about how old I am from that, but I've been racing cars since Gran Turismo 1, and I played damn near every racing game since. Okay.
That's crazy.
Therefore, I know for a fact that there is a track in Long Beach that is a seasonal track that they open up for about a week.
Oh
and
my God.
Yes.
The Long Beach Grand Prix. I guess
Long
they
Beach
do
Grand
have
Prix.
things going for them. Look at
They do
them.
Le Mans. They do D1, which is drifting. They do TCR. They do. I could have swore DTM was supposed to come. What's the name? GT500 and GT300, which are out of Japan, were supposed to come. But like, yeah, dog, they shut the whole they shut that whole area of the city down to make it a racetrack on streets. It's the coolest thing in the world.
That's actually pretty tight. I love that. I didn't know that they did that.
I went one time.
All right, Long
Okay.
Beach point.
Point for Long Beach. Biggest, so that's 2 points because biggest port.
Oh, and the
America's
Queen
heart.
Mary
Okay, see,
because
you
they.
do like, so you.
No, I didn't say all that. I didn't say I liked it.
You
but
didn't
they
have
get
to.
2 points.
You didn't have to.
They get 2 points because they got the Queen Mary and they got Formula One.
Grand
and I'm
Prix.
like,
The Long Beach Grand Prix is cool because it's a whole week and there's a whole bunch of different racing categories that go on the same track.
okay.
Right? And then at a certain time, before and after, in between races and whatnot, they open it up because they have to let traffic through sometime, right?
Yeah.
The last time I was out there, which is like 2 or 3 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. Fuck, I'm old. They had it open and we had to go to what's it called? I think it's Joe's Crab Shack is right there. I want to say Joe's or maybe Bubba Gump Shrimp. It's Bubba Gump Shrimp. So do you know where the Bubba Gump Shrimp is in Long Beach?
No.
Okay, well, you got a map, no? Just
He's
to
like Bubba Gump Shrimp.
yeah, because the race comes right in front of Bubba Gump Shrimp. I went there while the race was going on. They weren't racing at the time, so we got to drive on the parts of the
Oh,
track.
that's cute.
On the parts of the track, right? To get to the fucking parking lot from Bubba Gump Shrimp.
That's
Right? So this is part of the little the roundabout is part of the track.
Okay.
And there's other little streets over there. So yeah, dude, it was so, oh my God. As a racing fan and like a fan of cars in general, it was the coolest shit to see all of it up because on so many games had I been there, but then knowing Long Beach, being in Long Beach and growing up in and around Long Beach, I'm not from there. I didn't like spend a whole bunch of time there,
Yeah.
but being around it, I never got to go to the Grand Prix. But I got to drive on the fucking track at the same time. So it was like super dope. And so with that, I'm like, between that, them being the biggest port and smelling like fish all the time, because that kind of makes, well, don't quote me on this, but it makes me hungry sometimes. I'm just like, I'm okay with Long Beach. You know what I'm saying?
I love it. I think all the Long Beach
But I
lovers
think
can stay
people are
loving Long
confused
Beach.
at the same time.
Oh, I'm not confused.
No, because Long Beach is not very long. It's like
Again,
in and out.
another
Weirdly,
point.
you be in and
Actually,
out.
point taken from Long Beach because it's not a Long Beach.
No.
But you know what? A lot of cities have lying names. Like Riverside. What river is here?
I think the LA River comes through Riverside.
Or San Bernardino because it floods all the time. Is it like the former river for Riverside?
No, it's named after Saint Bernard,
who's
not the dog. Or Saint Bernardino. I don't know.
No, San Bernardino's always flooding. I always say that's the original river for Riverside. I'm like,
Do you
because
know
they're
that the
always
river that
flooding.
goes through is the LA River, right?
That's
Technically,
really?
yeah, no, the thing that canal
The thing they can never
that is
fill?
it's
We keep all the
never
water?
actually got water in it. I don't know why they call it. It's more like a trench.
No, it really is. It's just a trench.
It's the LA Trench.
I know
But
they raced
it's-
cars in there in Greece. I know that they landed a shuttle there in the core, but like I don't know what
I
else.
didn't know that.
I don't know. I'm just talking movies,
Oh,
but I don't
He
really know
said
what
in
else.
Greece, And then,
I don't
no,
really
there's
know
not
what
a whole
else we
lot.
use for the LA River.
The LA
but it's
River
fine.
is that whole canal that really runs all the way through California, like in a way. But it's because I want to say it's because of the Salton Sea. I know some weird ass connective history shit that I'm not sure where it connects. So remind me to say as much of it as possible.
Let's switch gears.
Let's do it.
Current events, pop culture.
Oh, what do you have right now?
I need pop culture.
Wait, what do you have right now?
We need
Because
pop
there's something-
culture.
Where's the the cellular device is over there. What was I just watching earlier? Oh, current event. How about there was an explosion at a fertility clinic in goddamn Palm Springs?
Oh,
One, you know how many
that
gay
kind
niggas
of
is in
current
Palm Springs?
events.
Why the fuck do they even have fertility clinics?
Okay, so like one reframe. I think when we say there's a lot of gay people somewhere, people just assume it's rampant with gays.
I think
Like the gays
that's
are
exactly-
running
that's
wild
that's
out the
exactly
street.
how I
Like,
feel.
in
Like
our
y'all are
minds,
running around going,
people
gay.
imagine
Yeah.
like LGBTQ parade. level
Everybody's
status.
wearing what's it called? Rainbow-esque clothing.
Here's what the gay
and
experience.
It's almost like
Let me tell you what the gay experience is like in Palm Springs. Yes, because it does. No, there is a lot of gay people. But when I'm there, has somebody who could float in that circle, because I don't hang out in a lot of gay circles. I just
I
don't.
feel like you're not like
I'm not a mainstream gay. I'm not really a
no, I
mainstream
don't
gay.
even say that.
Like-
I wouldn't even call it mainstream. Like you're not even nowhere. Like I would never say you were near mainstream just because of some of the conversations we have had.
It's different.
Yeah,
It's
and I would
different.
say like whatever it is that is stereotypical gay, you
Yeah.
got one.
Yeah, I got at least one
you,
out of.
you
I
only
got,
have one. No,
yeah.
I can only say you got one, and that's
Only
just
one?
the soft voicedness.
Oh yeah, there we go. That's fine. That's fine.
Other than that, it's like
If that's my gift, like I'll take it. Like it's fine. But like going to Palm Springs, it's a dead city. You want to know what I see when I go to Palm Springs? I don't see a bunch of gay people.
no,
I
you
see a bunch of
closeted niggas.
I see closeted people. I see old dying people. I see
That's the
homeless
thing I've been-
people. I see people that look like they're
I see
miserable.
more old people in Palm Springs.
People go there to die. That's what I think.
Like-
People like, don't invite me to Palm Springs. I don't want to die tonight.
You know,
I don't want to die tomorrow.
and I don't want to be with you while you dying.
And I don't want to look at my retirement packages.
Bruh,
I don't
I
want to
spent-
like.
My
I just
family
don't wanna
decided
do
they
that.
wanted to do Thanksgiving in Palm Springs, which is fucking weird to me. Because
Yeah.
who the fuck goes to the desert for Thanksgiving? I don't know.
That's so gross.
I think my uncle was on some other shit.
That's
Unc,
gross.
I'm sorry,
That's gross.
right? But that's crazy that was y'all idea. All right. I'm just saying, I only spent one night in the Airbnb, so I don't know what the fuck y'all had going on or how long y'all stayed. I don't care. I'm just saying it was weird to me, but it was my family, so I had to be there.
Okay.
I didn't experience or see nothing extra. One, because what I was saying earlier was really about the stereotypical Palm Springs. You know what I'm saying?
Palm Springs stereotypically is pretty gay, but I say that has more
I mean,
to do with the
it's
straight
actually
people that live
it's
there.
actually more gay because of the straight people. Like it's just a gay
Like,
place, bro.
it
Like you go
is.
through, you go, why are we here? This is fucking gay.
Exactly. Okay, because
It's
so like
hot. And there's
I-
nothing going on. The
I-
pool is hot. The water is hot.
when I
The
go to,
ice is
when
hot.
I go to Palm Springs, it literally is, and this is like my thing. Like it feels so empty. It is one of those make
it's
believe.
fucking
It's a make believe city.
It's hot.
I used to work there. I used to run stores over there, and something that I would hate driving in is it literally like it's not
Nobody's
just the
going
heat.
there.
There is it's just dead.
Nobody's going. If you go to Palm Springs, you'll never hit traffic.
Oh yeah, you won't. You're
You'll
good.
never hit traffic. I don't care. Like even if it's Coachella weekend, there's still no traffic until you get off on Coachella.
Wait, how did we get here though? What did you say we were doing in Palm
Because
Springs?
Palm Springs had that explosion at the fertility clinic, which I thought was
That's what I wanted to
crazy.
look up. Okay, Palm Springs.
So I would say, and I think that they said this already, is that there was a young man who was basically the fucking explanation that was given for this is so trash because I don't believe this little boy fucking figured out like, you know what, I didn't want to be alive no way, and now I'm gonna blow something up with a bomb big enough to like for half the block to fill it, and you know how big the blocks are out there.
Oh yeah.
Like the blocks are fucking half a mile or quarter mile or some dumb shit.
Hang on, I'm
They said they
catching up.
felt it for 2 blocks.
2 blocks. Is
The
how
explosion blew up the whole front of the
big. The American
building.
Reproductive. Oh my God.
Right. I didn't see the actual explosion as it happened, but seeing the aftermath, the whole building was all on the front of fucking the road.
A car bombing.
Yeah. A VBID is what we call it.
Oh yeah, that's what they were saying. It's an act of terrorism. Okay.
No, but then they said it was some young dude who was just mad because he was alive and he don't think fertility clinics should. Maybe he found out that his parents got him from a fertility clinic because one of his parents was sterile and now he's mad that he's here. Understandable, but like, I don't think that's enough for a nigga to do no shit like that unless America is softer than I think.
Okay. So like something that, when you see things like this, what's It's hard because I think a lot of people see things like this in the news, and we have a hard time accepting it as truth these days. Why? Not because
we are always lied to
we
by the media.
We don't question that an explosion happened, but here's what I'm sitting here questioning: is why is that filling my headline? There's a lot of things that happen.
I will say,
fertility clinics in Palm Springs
are not important whatsoever because the gay population is bigger than the hetero population. Also, everybody in Palm Springs is too old to have babies.
Most people are over the age of 40 in Palm Springs.
They're over the age of 50, actually.
Thank you. Retirement and dead zoning.
You know what I'm saying? It's really,
no offense.
And because I spent days out there, cruising around. Yeah. We've been around, I just, doing all kinds of dumb shit.
It's a wild place.
Everybody out there only has grandkids.
Thank you.
Nobody goes to Palm Springs and says, you know what? I'm gonna start having kids.
Or they're extremely poor because
they do have a homeless situation
beef with Palm Springs. Is my beef with a lot of major cities, and so I can't really call it their problem. Yeah. But my thing with Palm Springs is
I think with California is
disparity between rich and poor in Palm Springs is so strikingly.
Let's say that's our thing with California because there's not a city in California that you can say
it's just another example city of it. Because when I go there, I'm not mystified. I'm not pulled in by the restaurants. I'm not pulled in by the
because they all look like 1950s shit. They all look like those 1950s
Is that also something that kind of
partner? You know what I mean?
Okay, it's kind of
I gotta have a fucking 6-shooter revolver on my hand.
I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of like when I go out there, I'm uncomfortable because I feel like I'm not supposed to be here. And I think that's my biggest.
Well, because you're not with your grandparents.
I feel like I'm intruding on someone's gated community in Palm Springs, which is basically what it is.
And I feel like it's because it feels like all of our grandparents live in Palm Springs. You'll find everybody you come across in Palm Springs.
Oh, this boy
looks like
is this the
bro?
Perpetrator?
They say that looks like this. That looks like the boy. Okay, this looks like the same boy that did the what's it called shooting back in the day.
No, I don't know that. I'm sorry. I don't know this man. I don't know this guy anywhere. I don't know him from anything.
No, he looks like the same guy that they said did the not Columbine. What's the other one? The shooting at the school with the little children, the little guys. It happened and everybody what's it called? The nigga said it was fake. I'm so.
You know what school shooting I don't know how to continue grieving over is the one with the Florida kids.
The high school?
Yeah, that one I couldn't. And it's not because it's not sad. It's because
I feel like high school kids should shoot it out sometimes.
There's a performance. That's insane. There's a performative aspect to their grief on a national scale that I don't.
It starts with a K.
What was it?
It starts with a K.
Florida.
No, not the Florida one. Look up the one in it's Connecticut, but I think it's Connecticut.
No, the Florida shooting one. That was the one where I was like,
no, I know what you're talking about, but this dude looks like a change of there's just weirdly, bro. If we pull it up,
what's it called?
Not Columbine. It happened after Columbine. It happened in 2000 and I want to say it happened in 2009 or 2011. 2011 school shootings. 2010 school shootings.
School shooters.
2010.
I know, just school shooters in the last, I want to say 10 years. I just want to see them.
I'm old.
20 years? You're not old, Savage.
No, I like saying it though. It feels good.
That's good. A Gemini. That's absolutely.
It feels good even though it makes me feel bad. I like things that make me feel.
That's insane.
So, yeah. List of school shootings, Wikipedia. Hey, bitch, that's not a list. No, it was after
2000.
So after 2000 to present.
Oh my God.
There's been a lot.
Total number of school shootings.
Well, I want to know which ones.
I want to see the perpetrators.
So February, Flint, Michigan, Lake Worth. No, so this is. No, I said 2011. So I gotta keep going. What is this? 2008. 2009. Wow, we have a lot. 2009 was lit.
Oh, it was. Oh my God. It was crazy.
Cambridge was not the Harvard shooting, not Louisiana, not California, Not Iowa. No.
What are your big thoughts on it? Like, I guess, what is your big takeaway?
No,
from
my
it
big
so
takeaway
far?
is that one, that picture eerily resembles somebody that they posted all over the place and said this was the person that was responsible
How
for
old
the
was
thing.
he again?
The kid would have to be like I want to say like in his teens, like early teens, so like 13, maybe 15 or 16. This kid, no, not the kid that did it. My thoughts on the thing that happened is that I don't believe what we're being told.
I don't.
That was my whole thought. Was like once we saw that picture, you saw the picture finally, I'm like, no, I don't believe that is the person, and the story they said is what it is.
And what was the kid's whole thing about
The
it?
whole thing was, I didn't choose to be here. And this is what I've been.
Oh, he's a fertility baby.
Right. And so he said, I didn't choose to be here, so that's why he blew this place up. Like, nobody should, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, that's not enough for me to want to, like, destroy something that bad.
We're also
Maybe
not white.
I was gonna say maybe not me.
We're also
maybe
not white.
other motherfuckers.
I don't
might
have
wanna do
that in me where I'm like, I hate me, so I must destroy the world. I don't
Yeah,
understand that.
yeah, and that's my thing.
I can pinpoint it. I can
But-
tell you
but
why I
that's
hate
why I
me.
think it's
I
fake.
can narrow
That's
it
why
down.
I think it's fake.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? That's why I think it's fake. It's simply because it's really hard to even get into the mindset
Also,
of somebody that crazy. I've been in the
let me
mind
just
of
say,
some people that
because
is that
it's
crazy.
a minor, we're also not going to be able to gain access to
I
information.
think he's not a
about this
minor. He's not a
perpetrator.
minor. He's not a minor.
Is he not?
No, he's not a minor. I think he's actually old enough to be an adult.
Let me see.
I believe he's an adult.
If that's the case, oh my God, sweetie,
Bruh, like, play more video games, maybe.
stop jerking off so much. I need people to
That,
stop.
you know?
Porn addiction and jerking off too much are things that are killing men. There's not like a crisis necessarily of
They
like
said there's a
lack
crisis
of masculinity.
of masculinity and female masculinity. I don't know what that means
These
because
aren't
females
crises.
can't be masculine.
This is just us not moderating our energy.
No, I
properly.
think and as far as that goes, like it's like, yo, you men need to start doing more manly things, right? And
What
you
is a
girls need
manly
to start
thing?
doing more girly things,
What
like
are-
getting
what are
hurt.
girly thi-
Getting hurt is a manly thing. Like doing things that you might like. They'll look at it and
Please
go, you know what?
expand.
I might get hurt.
Please
When you look
expand.
at something and go, you know what? I might get hurt. That it's that child nature. I feel like the child ignorance of pain and consequence is a manly thing. That's why we need women to be like, Josh, you probably shouldn't do that.
Actually, you know what? Let me challenge that right now. Switch topic. Manliness is actually restfulness. If you think about female, like divine feminine, it's actually action. We are born thinking, at least in this country, that we're supposed to do something to align with our most developed nature.
Who was born that way?
All of us.
I believe that at the end of the day,
Let me ask you something. When you're in your most restful condition, what is your first thought? To get up and go do something, or to
fuck
kind of enjoy
yeah.
something?
When I'm in my most restful thought place, like thoughts,
but
my
like-
restful thoughts.
But explore it. What is
No,
the action
my
you take?
biggest thing is to like get up and go do something dangerous.
But what is it?
To the dangerous thing? I don't know. Drive my car really fast around turns that I probably shouldn't be. You know what I mean? Like,
is that dangerous, or is that just like urban dangerous? Is that just like I live in like
or
Southern
like,
California
or like
dangerous?
maybe go pick a fight with somebody who's like not a good person.
That's
Right?
different though. We can all
Nah,
pick
that's
fights.
you asked me the question. I'm giving you the answer.
But see, like, okay, but no, let me ask you, your most rested condition. Okay, because most men don't realize
When
what their
I'm
rested condition is.
my rested condition, right, is like this right here. Chilling,
Isn't that great?
and I'm like, oh man, bills are paid.
Yeah.
I got some extra money. There's probably a little weed laying around.
Mm-hmm.
Probably got some drink.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do both of those. Right? Hold on.
Okay.
And that's just because in my resting condition, I'm not thinking about work.
Exactly.
Like I'm definitely like I don't have to work for a couple days.
Nail on that. Stay with that.
So
When a man is in a restful condition, what are we not considering? Work.
yeah,
That's it. We're not considering
right,
work.
right, right.
That
but
does not
everything that I
mean-
want to do, everything that I want to do when I'm in that condition,
Yeah.
is fucking me personally dangerous.
Okay, but see, okay, now.
I want to go shoot guns.
But now we.
I want to go like sharpen knives
Okay,
and
but,
maybe cut myself.
You're in the
I might
rested
want to
condition.
bleed, and if I have to bleed, I'm thinking,
But when you're in the
I
resting
totally make
condition,
somebody else bleed
thinking
with
of
this.
those things, isn't it fair to say that your resting condition just thinks of those things? But that's not exactly what your spirit is called to perform right now.
No.
Really?
No, because
So
then,
how did
because
then
then when I'm
now
in
we
work,
have to
because
ask,
I'm in,
how did
yeah,
you
hold
get,
on, because
how
you
did
know
you
this.
get to your
When
rest?
I'm in work mode,
Okay,
right?
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
in work mode. I go, if the next motherfucker says something ridiculous, right? Like in work mode, I'm like, I'm about to kill this shit. I'm gonna stab him, I'm gonna make it bleed as much as it's making me bleed, right? I'm gonna fucking drive the shit out of it, the work, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's what I'm saying. My rest is my work.
Okay, but see, okay, no, this is what I'm saying, because this is what this is the hurdle point.
Because my
hurdle
rest.
point.
Okay, so this is what I'm trying. This is what I'm trying to get to.
Because we
is
have
that,
a line.
Right. Well, do we?
We do.
We now do.
We do.
Yes.
There's a rest, and there's an active condition. The active condition and the rest. There's
How
a
about
fine
this?
line
How about
between
this?
them.
How about this? How about this? How about this? How about this?
Go ahead.
How
go
about
ahead,
this?
Go ahead.
Look at this.
Go ahead.
And I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna tell
Okay,
you
go-
something. I'm gonna
go
show you.
ahead.
I'm gonna tell you. Let me tell you something.
Okay.
Right. When I'm resting,
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for action.
So is that rest?
It is.
Waiting for action. Is
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. You can rest and not be sleep. I tell people this all the
That's
time.
not sleeping.
No, I'm saying like you. As far as rest goes, we mostly identify rest with the idea of sleep and not doing things. A lot of us find rest in action. Like I said, a lot of us men find rest in action.
Okay, so there are 10 types of meditation, right? Active meditation is one. There's 9 others. What I'm
No,
saying.
I need explosions.
When
Meditation don't have explosions.
Look at a kid like this. Okay, look at a kid like this. Because another meditation that people undervalue is also sports.
And
Athleticism is a form of meditation.
What I will say is that I
Go
went
ahead,
off
yeah.
because I'm crazy. Let's just be
No,
clear.
that's fine.
I'm fucking nuts. So like none of this is gonna make any sense. And he's not trying to get to like, you know what I'm saying, work me out.
No.
It's about working out like a whole bunch of other shit. But playing devil's advocate, like I find rest in action.
Yeah.
Right? When I'm resting, I'm just angry that there is no action.
So then look at this kid. Because one would have looked at this kid and thought nothing's happening. Because he's in a perceivably restful condition. But you just said something.
You can imagine he would be in a restful condition because these little white boys don't have shit to do.
But what did you say right here? And this is the part. You said you're angry when you're in the restful condition most times. And that's where I'm like, that's where the problem in masculinity is. See, we think masculinity is active. We think that we arrive at rest in action. Because when we're restful, we're angry that we're not acting, or we're anxious that we're not moving.
But here's the thing, there's no anxiety in anger. Right?
Oh, no, there is.
Because no, there isn't. Because the anger is the fuel for the action.
Which one comes first, anxiety or anger? What does it take to give the other?
Oh, anger definitely comes first before anxiety, because anxiety for real men only comes when we cannot act on a thing. We only get anxious because everything I'm trying to do is not getting me to my goal.
When you're in the rest and you're angry, that's anxiety. Because you haven't taken the action
It's
yet.
not, no. No, it's not.
Anger is the action.
The anger is the energy for action.
It can be.
No, it is. I'm
But
telling you,
has
it
to start.
absolutely is. No, it isn't. But it's not
because-
anxiety.
Well, look
right?
at a kid
Because
like this.
if
though.
I'm resting,
Go ahead.
and I can spend my time and like, because at a restful moment, I can be thorough in my thought process.
Yeah.
Right? If I'm stoic, you realize that I'm being thorough in my communication.
See, well,
right?
okay, because
So if I'm
this is what my
resting-
mind's doing though. This
Go ahead.
kid bombed this place. He was in an active state when he bombed
Let's
it.
not call
But
that
where
any amount
was-
of masculinity.
But no, the reason we have to talk about it is because what is happening is, see, you have a lot of people who think they're resting when they're angry and they're anxiety riddled, taking action from a place of anger. That means there's no such thing as rest in that present condition. The rest never preceded.
And that's different, but that's different from when we were speaking of it from a masculine, like a real true masculinity position.
But let me tell you why. See, when it comes to masculine and femininity, and this comes from a book I read, so I can't claim this, but something that you arrive at is men are not seeking action. We're seeking stoicism.
No, we're seeking resolve.
Resolve. You can call it resolve.
Like a resolution. We're looking for, like, I don't really give a fuck how you do the thing.
Exactly.
Get it done.
We want resolve.
I want the solution.
But what is resolve?
It's not rest.
It is rest.
No, it's not. I can only rest once the resolution is.
So
is
then that
upon
means
me.
we have to redefine it because see when this
That's
kid,
what I'm saying. It goes from the masculine idea of rest,
Yeah.
right, and being angry with
'Cause we
with
think
inactivity.
this.
With inactivity,
Look at this. This is what I'm saying. See, this is what we think. Society thinks that women should be submissive and be resolved. Men should be active and moving forward.
okay, and society
But
doesn't
what
take
if
the
I
fact that
what if I
I'm
told
saying-
you that this is actually how the polarities?
But it's not that. It's not actually, but
reach
it
for each
is.
other.
It is anecdotally how it does work.
I mean, because think of it.
That's what I'm saying. It's not that. That's how I was gonna do that because it does work that way.
It works
Right?
that way. That's the only reason.
Because
men
the
only come
masculine wants
together.
to resolve the thing,
Yeah.
but
Go
right?
ahead.
You can't resolve the thing without the action.
But you want.
Right?
But
The feminine cannot get to the resolve without the masculine. The feminine has to get into a masculine identity in order to get to the active, to get to. It's a fucking circle of shit. And if you don't know where you stand, right? Because the resolve, it doesn't go back, right? It doesn't go like the resolve then feminine. No. Because if you get something done,
to me, and this is why I say it, the reason he killed people, the reason that this boy went
he only
out,
killed one person.
Whatever.
Hey, it was a horrible execution.
He's
okay,
going-
his action was trash because the nigga didn't kill nobody. Killed one
think
nigga.
of this.
And sorry
The
for
reason-
anybody who lost life.
The
'Cause we don't
reason
like that.
he
over here.
did this is because he was trying to get to resolve, right? But this is what I would argue. Is he acted in a more feminine principle. In the sense that
His
he
feminine
didn't-
thought it was being
he
masculine.
He didn't want to get here.
His feminine thought it was being masculine.
He didn't want to get to resolve. He wanted to be in a state of action. He wanted to feel like he was moving. Why? Because he wants to do something. See, because
No, I think his resolve was his actual that was it.
was
Like,
what?
let me destroy this place so it doesn't create another me. Which is almost
But-
super
but-
masculine
but-
because right,
Okay.
the father would say, I must teach my son to be better than thy.
Give me a second.
That's
I
fine.
need to find
We
something.
have computers and
We
shit.
have
You know what I'm
so
saying?
much. And the only reason I'm really challenging this is because it's an important discussion. You see, you have to remember, being gay, I have lived in the twilight between masculinity and femininity my whole
You
life.
get to just fucking roll that roller coaster.
I have seen what genuine masculinity in its brightest and fullness looks like, and in its most degraded, also femininity. And because I've seen them, something that I've observed, and most gay people will tell you this, is that
No, they won't. A lot of gay people are not very honest.
no, they
the way you
will.
are.
they will. Because let me
I like
tell
to
you,
put you on a pedestal. I'm not gonna
let me
lie.
tell you, you can, but I will tell you, a lot of gay people that have at least, I will say this, gone through their journey and own their journey, understand that we are getting it very wrong when it comes to what we consider masculinity and femininity. And the reason I say that is because if you think of it, men are always given instruction manuals. Why are we given instruction manuals? Because taking action too quickly without the knowledge is what defeats us. So where do we have to be before we get into our masculine active principle? In a place of resolve, in a place of understanding, in a place of peace of mind with what we know
Right.
and our intent.
So would you say that
Action comes
a
second.
man
from that.
acting without resolve is acting in his feminine? Or a man
Exactly.
acting without the understanding of what the resolve is acting in his feminine?
Both.
Okay,
Because
okay.
to
I just
act
wanted
with-
you to agree with that because
Because-
it goes back to just that simple term.
ahead.
Like you told me,
Go ahead.
why are all these straight dudes such hoes?
Exactly. Thank you. Okay, so let me tell you.
I keep
So,
trying to tell y'all,
the reason that
quit being hoes.
I
I'm
have
not
to-
the only one that says it.
I have to.
Right? And the fact is that I've been saying this to a lot of people lately. It's like, yo, the things you do is not something you do knowing you have an audience that is physically around you.
Yes, exactly.
Right? So, act like your audience is physically with you at all times and have some fucking decorum.
Thank
Right? Because when you start popping shit
you. Oh yeah.
and talking your little shit without resolve, without understanding, without any information,
Because let me also
look
tell you.
feminine.
Let me tell you something. Okay, so with my gay eyes, let me tell you something. My gay eyes, I have gay eyes.
Oh, fuck.
I can always pick out. I always know.
Dude, there was something
You wanna
about your
know-
shit. I have a lazy eye. I don't
Let
have
me-
gay eyes.
let me tell you why I know that this is the proper path of masculinity for me personally. Because one, Diddy. We have to talk about Diddy.
Oh, we have to do this.
Diddy.
The diddler.
Diddy is a good example, and
Have
this
you
is
been
why
following it this week?
I have been. Okay,
Have you
there's been so
Oh,
much.
You've been going home early,
And we
You've
need-
been going home early
I'm
because you
like,
know the news drops so early.
Okay,
so
so
you
let
gotta
me-
be up.
Let me tell you something. So last year, I had like this situation with a young man, which was great, but I have the
Fucking
most.
cradle robber.
No.
That was a
He
joke.
was exactly. But what I
It
will
was
say,
consensual.
something that I noticed was the anger issue. See, like when you're dating someone, when you're in a relationship with
Oh
someone.
my God! Is it because they're younger in a way that? Is that what causes that anger?
Okay, no,
Or
it's not.
angst.
It's not just the age. To me, it's the sex. What people don't get about men is most of it comes down to how we move our sexual energy. Gay men that are open move their sexual energy. In my opinion, we're taught to move it too freely. We don't know how to cultivate it within.
Yeah, no. I would
You know
say
what I'm saying?
that. I would say that most gay dudes that I've ever met are whores.
Yeah. No. Point blank,
like,
period.
like
Even
not to be
myself, I've
funny,
had that.
not
Yeah.
to be funny, but like,
Yeah.
I would assume even you.
Yeah. No.
probably a fucking whore.
I have had my share in whoredom. I
Like,
loved
it's
it.
it's
It
one of
was
those things that we
great.
understand, and it's
Exactly.
our age group that what we understand about
Yes.
it. Them niggas is house.
Exactly. But here's
You know
what I've
I'm saying?
learned.
Well, every gay
Down
person
low
I've ever met-
guys like Diddy have what? They have anger issues. They act so fucking fast. They hate women.
Oh my God.
You will hear them talk about
Oh.
women, and not just their woman. See, there's a difference between a man talking about their
Because
woman
when I talk about women,
and a man talking about
I talk
women.
about my woman,
Exactly.
and then I may talk about an
Yes.
experience with
Yeah,
a woman.
you
right?
might develop that.
But I don't look at all females like, ugh,
Exactly.
right? I look at my lady like
Anger. If a man gets too angry,
JK,
he's probably
JK.
gay and down low.
JK.
If he
I
gets
said just joking.
hate
Sorry,
on
she's
women.
not-
No, you're good. Hate on women. Down low and gay. Anger. Down low and gay. If you have show signs of domestic violence.
what's it called? What's it called?
down
What's it
low
called?
gay.
What's it called? What's it called? Insecurity.
Yes, insecurity.
The download ones, they all have that insecurity.
And where does this
And the
come
funny
from?
thing is, another gay dude told me that.
Yeah.
Another totally gay dude told me that.
All
That's the whole shit.
Down low guys like Diddy, like
Act-
boys who
act
bomb
from their
infertility.
feminine.
They act in the feminine. They act from the feminine, and they seek this
The
immediate
action.
course of action.
We need to call that OIN. That's active.
It's just like
But
a
the
woman
resolve
who's
is
too
not-
latent, who allows too many things to come into her, around her, be in her space, and she never sets up
She
boundaries.
becomes hella masculine.
There you go.
You're stupid. You should have said no. How about you should have trusted somebody when they said no and you acted on it and not said no? I've dealt with masculine women,
Yeah.
and trust me, y'all are like y'all. And this is not to say I don't have nothing against y'all. It's just y'all are not as strong as y'all think y'all are. Because here's the
Yeah.
thing: this is what I was talking to my lady about it, and for the most part, she agrees, right? Because my lady is very feminine.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like she's
Oh,
super feminine. She's super like.
She's a lady.
She really is a lady. Like
She's a Sagittarius
you-
lady. She's a lady.
She's-
I said I was a
Oh.
lady, fucker.
You
What
know
are you
I mean?
saying?
Like, what do
That's
you
their
mean?
energy.
You know what I mean? But
Don't
I've been with
question my
a
being
masculine Sag, right?
Okay, yeah.
And it was always some sort of conflict, competition.
Yeah. Well, generally.
And I
speaking.
don't. And then my thing is, right, between men and women, I don't understand competition.
Okay.
Because
thank
you don't.
you.
Because here's the thing. As masculine
masculine
as a woman could be,
Yeah.
you still cannot, right? You're still, after any day that I have, gonna come home crying,
Exactly. Okay.
and I won't. Like
It's
I
funny you
just
say that.
simply, I won't come home crying on for the same reasons you would.
I tell people
So
this.
you can't.
That's
like,
another
I
marker.
can't believe that a woman could be more masculine, or women can be masculine,
Women
right?
can be masculine.
But not more masculine than the baseline of men. Because
Yeah.
because of the simple fact that the things that would make you come home and cry would never work on you.
And why? Because this is the root of masculinity. Resolve. Resolve gives us good action.
Good ability to see the action
Good
that is
clarity.
necessary.
Exactly. Action for men, we assume it comes first. It actually is supposed to come last. That's the difference.
No,
in
we're
our
supposed to act.
polarity.
We're not ever supposed to act or react.
Yeah, no, we're supposed to be like very
Understand
observant
it,
into
understand it,
yeah.
and stoic about it, and then act upon,
And
and then
not
you act accordingly.
Not because it looks cool, but because honestly, it is so much nicer to move through your
It
day.
fucking works, because
does
why would
wonders.
I be mad about something that tomorrow I can fix?
Exactly.
Like, I'm not gonna go home and cry. Oh my god, I got yelled at because of this thing.
Exactly.
And like, I'm off work already. I don't have to worry about the bitch.
See, women,
Like, my boss yelled at me, and
most
I'm
divine
I'm
feminines
crying. Like, I
will
don't
take
get
a
that.
resolve path, I think.
Because
If you're
it's less about what it is it took to get there, and more about what is the solution or the resolution of
what
whatever's
she
going
doesn't
on.
get though is she's
What?
happier if she takes control of her own work. If she takes control of her resolve, the type of resolve she has. Oh my god!
Because you don't have no control over that. That's
I mean-
the part that females don't get either.
And the reason I bring
There's
that
not a lot of control when you're dealing with the idea of resolve.
exactly, and I bring this up only because, like, when you look at this young boy, I look at the setting, Palm Springs, young boy bombs.
Well,
a
he's around a
fertility-
bunch of gay dudes.
bombs a
There's
fertility
no real dudes
clinic,
around. Like,
okay.
and he's like, you know what? I'm so mad. I
No,
can just
exactly.
blow this place up.
He's no, exactly. That's his energy. No, that is so his energy. Is I'm looking at it and I'm like, you're just sexually frustrated. You feel alone.
And that's
you probably feel
trash.
isolated, and you probably don't have access to any information to tell you that what you're going through is a normal experience of your age group and not an individual
And
burden.
because maybe you are from a fertility clinic in a way, maybe that is true, right? Maybe he is a fertility
That's
baby.
my thing. How did you
Hold
get
on,
that much
because-
information?
hold on.
Being a fertility baby.
Hold on,
Where
one.
you come from?
Hold on. One.
You have
How
a home.
are you that young in Palm Springs without being a fertility baby?
That's
One,
crazy.
your parents are so fucking old, they don't understand the things that you go through, so
Exactly.
they don't understand. Like, my parents are not
Older
in
age
tune.
group
My
parents,
parents are
we
not
can
in
talk about
tune
that.
with economy,
Yeah, no.
right? They're not in tune with the active economy.
Mm-mm.
So I can't think about how my dad could understand when he's been making over $100,000 a year for, which is not like a crazy amount. I'm not saying it's a crazy amount, but it's a good,
It's a healthy amount.
it's a healthy amount of money.
Yeah.
It's a over shit for me. It's over. Give me 100 grand.
Healthy,
Give me
healthy,
50
healthy.
grand. Nigga, I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, nigga, I'm chilling. But but I can't explain to this man how the economics of things don't allow me to make this same amount of money he was making at my age to buy me a home. Right, because the actual,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying, like
Recipes-
the economy.
The recipe is different, and
Right.
what's getting lost, especially I think for youth, is because we have these old dying narratives of like how we believe these two should play out. Right? You have people who are being raised up on outdated principles, but they're being forced to examine themselves through a present day perspective. These are in conflict at all
Because
times.
society is telling you, look at you.
Yeah, no,
Look at you. Hey, look at yourself. What are you doing?
exactly,
Look, what are you doing with yourself?
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe
Exactly.
I'm fucking chilling.
And here's my thing: what's the cure? Get people outside, engage people more.
Bro, how about chill?
Yeah, chill. We
Like,
don't
I'm
need to
chilling.
like you
Like,
know when
chill.
you have a kid like that. Okay, so like for example, like I look at my little sister, right, and she's homeschooled. My little sister's been homeschooled for several years now,
Oh, God.
especially since
Oh
COVID.
God, help her.
She's fine. No, she's good. She's well. She's on
Does she have a healthy, like, social life?
No. Well, here's what I mean.
God help her.
Well, here's what I mean. She's fine
With all due
and
respect.
she's well. Something about my sister is she's very good, and like all girls are, they're very good at moderating their energy. Okay, they really do know how to do that.
Yeah.
Especially
it's
when they're
called
young.
masking.
It is. Hang on.
I know.
But-
I'm just saying that's the what's it called, the female mentality.
But there is
It really
a way
masking.
to bridge the gap. And how do you do that? Well, in my family, we're all artists. So what do I tell my sister when I know that she's stimming on something? Because that's a trait that is not exclusively bound to any sort of mental
Oh
condition.
no.
You
or
can stim
or
anytime.
any sex.
Yeah,
right? Like,
exactly.
it's-
No, that's just you're just bored.
You're what's it called? It's
You're
it's a
wasting.
hyper focus. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
when you get, I get hyper focused about shit every other day.
Exactly.
Right.
Natural.
When you calm down and you want to just like watch stuff,
Yeah.
and whether it's on social media or the YouTubes or on cable, like you veg out and watch one thing,
And what I have
one
her
type
do
of thing, or
is I
you
tell
know what I'm
her,
saying, you hyper focus on one.
she'll come to me and she'll be like, Oliver, I'm bored. I don't know what to do. And I said, you know what to do. I've already told you what to do. And she said, what? I said, go draw.
Go draw, go for a fucking walk, go see
And
something,
this
go
is- and
move your body.
And
in
the
a way.
reason I tell her, I said, you know, drawing, you have to do it. You have to do it every day. I don't care. It's a rule now. She has to do it every day. And I said, why do you do it every day? Because that is the most productive thing you could do.
See, I never had an older sibling.
You have to
hold
do
on.
it.
I've never had an older sibling tell me do something so creative.
You must draw. I made her draw.
In a way, like.
But you want to know what she did? She drew, and guess what happened later that day? Not only did she eat her meals at a decent hour, but she went to bed at a decent hour, all on her own volition.
But and that was because it's a buildup of energy, right?
You
like
have to
you
get
have to
it
be able to release your energy, and
Yeah.
for everybody that's different.
Yeah.
You know, and I
say drawing now at this
think
age,
I've
but
told
that will
you.
transition for her over time. It's just right now when we're rearing children, when you're teaching them how to moderate energy, you need to just teach them of the proper methods
well,
to go
it's
about
to
it.
say
That's it.
find something productive
Yeah.
that allows you to do that. And for me, like I'm capable of using my actual energy to play racing games.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
I love cars.
Yeah.
Right? If I can do anything, and I can give a lot of energy to the and mental energy to the idea of just playing a video game and racing cars. But like at the same time, I can get bored that night because I'm an adult and go get in my car and then go drive.
Let me tell you about my last
You know
night.
what I'm saying?
Because last night was great to me. Don't
Actually,
ask me why.
I had a sick ass yesterday too.
Okay, yeah, yesterday was just
My yesterday was actually pretty fucking lit.
I was
And
so
it wasn't
happy
even for
yesterday.
any reason.
Exactly. I was just
It was like one or two things happened and I was like, what the
This
fuck
is
today?
just- I know, I was like,
Today
this is just
you
moving.
killing it.
I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, this is just moving perfectly. You wanna know what? Like this is what made the
So
day
funny.
perfect.
I'm
This
so
is
glad you had a good yesterday. That was just so good.
I had an amazing yesterday, and let me tell you why I had amazing yesterday. So I woke up, and the first thing I always do when I wake up is I set intention for the day.
Of
I
course.
plan on
I've
experiencing.
been trying that. It's hard.
Let me tell you, people.
I'm
It
not saying
changes-
it's impossible.
No.
It's just tough.
It
It's-
changes
it's,
your
it's
world.
an actual thing. When
I had to learn it.
Let me just for 1 second for the audience, like when you wake up and give yourself purpose, like he's saying, it's hard to continue to do that because your everyday changes. If your everyday changes, right? I'm a Gemini, bro. My every minute changes, right? I wake up in a
Not even
mood,
on the same
and then
timeline.
2 minutes later, I'm in a whole nother mood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I can have a thought about fucking
I'm a Capricorn. I can
anything.
kind of be like someplace for like ever.
right, and so
And
it is
experiencing
so,
a
but
brand
like,
new
but
world
when you
every
do
day.
it with effort, when you actually do it with effort and wake up and go, no, like maybe today I'm just not gonna allow bullshit.
So let me tell you how
You know
I
what I
do
mean?
it.
Like just little shit like that. It's not easy, but it's necessary.
Let me tell you what mine looks like. So when I start my day, I start with like a prayer, so to speak. I still believe in a God very much, even though I'm not religious. I'm very spiritual. I believe in a
course.
God, and so I invoke
I think
prayer.
we both went over that. Like we're
Yeah.
not super spiritual,
But we believe in a higher
but
power.
there's definitely God.
Yeah,
Like
there's
God
yeah,
exists.
Yeah, there's a higher power for sure. And so most of my days start with this kind of intention. I say, this is exactly how I say it. Thank you for giving me the perfect time, the
Like
perfect
canvas.
space, the perfect people, places, and things to just make the day feel wonderful. I appreciate that, and I'm so grateful. I get to
Because you know
experience.
what?
Amen.
We don't give enough thanks to the idea of opening our fucking eyes in the morning.
That's all I do.
Or whatever our morning is. I'm a
That's why I
nighttime
pray.
person and I like to sleep in the daytime. But
Yeah.
when I wake up my eyes and it's dark out, I'm like, thank God these eyes
I
work.
pray, and I pray in a state of gratitude for already what I know is going to happen that day.
Yeah.
And even when the day is difficult, I always pray like this. Thank you for lining me up with the perfect people, places, and things. Done. It eliminates it. If someone shows up 30 minutes late, it's because I needed 30 more minutes to do something. If I forgot that, it's because honestly it wasn't nourishing to me to that day. If I go here that day instead of there that day, that's because I was supposed to do that and have that conversation and get
Like,
that information that moment.
If the
Nothing
motherfucker
is
cut
wrong.
me off in traffic, I was supposed to slow down.
Thank you. Thank you. When you're speeding, how many times do you speed past a cop pulling somebody else over? And you're like, thank you for your service.
Me, I'm so fucked up. Every time I see somebody pulled over with a cop, I speed up.
Yeah, because they're busy.
Yeah.
Because
You're
of
not
what
gonna
else?
stop your motherfucker.
Yeah,
stop
you
for
can't.
me,
Like
man.
exactly. I'm
and
going
you
fast.
can't. I'm out.
I'm gonna go faster. And I'm like, I
I'm
thank
out.
that person for letting me know there's a cop there, and then I move on.
Bruh, that whole point that you just spilled out was a perfect way to end the show.
Yeah, there we go.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We were all over the place today. I think,
Because it's a rehearsal.
yeah. I think if we continue to do this,
This is perfect.
And that's what I was telling you. Like, as far as it goes, whatever it is, like, you can be like, hey, I think we got to talk about this. Throw it on the list.
So here's what we're gonna do, because I still believe very strongly in the formulas we came up with earlier. This works
Well, I'm
great
saying,
now.
make the formula, and
Yeah.
all you have to do is let me know, like, what
Yeah.
we're walking into.
This works wonderful now because we did that. So what we're gonna do now, because I love the way we flow. Our flow is perfect, and I knew it would be. But I like that we get to see each other like this because
Yeah,
it gives
this is
us
fun.
more of a it's real, it's happening.
That's
kind
what
of
I
a
wanted
thing.
to. That's what I wanted to get into was because
It's
like,
it's a visual example of how real this is. This is
Yeah.
what it looks like. This is what we've built so far, which is perfect.
Look at this hair. It's
I know.
nuts and it's great though.
I know. I look great.
You know, yours is fucking. Your hair is perfect. Fuck.
I just feel great.
I've never had curly hair like that. Even
But
with
you
a
know
perm.
what? You know what's funny though is I like there's I look at other people's hair textures and I'm like I like the more coarse texture of black hair. Why do I like it? Because it has more like I feel like I can mold it. Does that make
Oh
sense?
yeah, you can do whatever the fuck you want with this. stuff.
It's
You
moldable.
can totally like I did this by accident.
Exactly. It's like
I started this with a
coarse hair is so
sponge.
moldable. But my hair, it's one mode.
It,
It has one mode and one setting.
it just wants to do one thing.
It
It's
just
like
add
excuse
water.
me?
No, it's literally add water and stir. That's
Yeah.
my hair. And that is my hair.
which
I'm
is
like, okay,
easier
great.
than bread.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy.
It is.
That's
no, my
easier
hair,
than scrambled
I
eggs.
can throw water in my hair and it just ching. Like it just
I love,
pulls in.
you know what? When I don't have my hair sitting back in a way, it gets in my face and I have to do this.
You like playing with your hair, don't you? I love playing
well
with my
because
hair.
it's actually pretty soft.
Oh,
Like when it's on me, like I don't feel like itchy or scratchy or
yeah,
none of
no,
that.
you're just not.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's just it actually feels nice. So like
I love that.
I've come to love it more. And then today I saw this nigga who had to be 78 riding a fucking
So specific.
motor go kart. Yeah, I'm good at guessing ages. He
78
ride the little
is
go kart,
wild.
right? And I was like, he's got my hair, but older, not longer, just older.
Yeah.
It was so weird.
Yeah.
But no, I'm this right here. I love seeing it. I don't know. I've never had
I
hair.
love it.
My hair's never been this long in my life.
I love it. I think
I've
it's
never
fun.
grown my hair this long.
I'm
in
growing
whole
my hair
life.
out right now.
I'm gonna continue to grow it. I thought about cutting it, and I almost got broke up with.
That makes sense.
The bitch said she was gonna leave me if I cut my hair.
So here's what I will say. No, because we could leave it on this note, and this has to be addressed at some time in another show. We can't just edit ourselves. Like our partner is part of that. Like if I was dating some guy and he shaved his beard and he had a beard, I'm gonna break up with him.
Yeah, because like, what are you doing? That's you.
Exactly. You're
Don't
just
like no. This is how I. Stop.
it's not about change. It's not about
That's how I like
it,
it.
it's not even about you can't change. That's not it.
No.
See, I can grow a beard. I would look odd if I didn't allow it to be on my face because I can grow it. That's kind of how I look at facial features and things like
Because
that.
you didn't always have the beard.
I did.
You just started letting it grow.
Actually, I've always had it while working at Amazon, but I never had
No, I swear to God, I've seen you without a beard.
it. Where have you seen
I
it?
don't fucking
Where?
know.
Where have
I keep saying that I've known you for longer, and that there's always.
This is the scariest part. He says he's known me for so long. He has clearly
I-
been on these journeys with me, and yet
You didn't know I was standing on your motherfucking shoulders this whole time.
it's scary.
That's lit.
That's scary.
Yeah, well,
Now I have to have a conversation
I'm
with my
kind of
spirit babe.
scary. Sometimes.
Yeah, no,
not really. I mean, I'm not
no.
intimidating. I could be scary.
No,
not
you're
intimidating.
scary. You're scary to people who don't have any like self-awareness. I think is the best because you know what, Geminis have a way of unraveling people right before
Yeah,
their
no,
very eyes.
if I'm arguing with myself, you don't know which side to pick, and
Like-
you're not supposed to pick a side, and I'm not picking sides.
I couldn't misrepresent myself to a Gemini because a Gemini instantly knows.
Yeah.
Like children, you
I
have
think
the
'cause-
fifth sense.
Well, because both of us,
like,
because both sides of us want to understand. Like, I want to agree, and then I want to disagree. So then,
Yeah.
whatever I meet in the middle is kind of where the realness is.
yeah, exactly. And
You
so
know
it's
what I
like
That's why I love playing devil's advocate because I can play the best devil's advocate with somebody I agree with the most.
I can play devil's advocate to what most would consider an inappropriate degree. Not because I just want to gaslight.
An inappropriate. No, hold on.
Like,
Because you just said
to
that
an
too-
inappropriate
you
degree.
said that with too much confidence. No, you do it because you want to gaslight.
I do. Actually, I do. And the reason, let me tell you why. Let me tell
You
you
want to
why.
fucking gaslight
I
everything.
personally.
That's okay. I like fire.
I love exactly. I know exactly. I like. Okay,
Let me
here's
see
my,
the eraser.
there is so much beauty in taking something that looks like it could harm and turning it into something nicer.
Well, I think at the end of the day, I wouldn't trust myself if I didn't understand all the sides. Like if I
Exactly.
felt, like if I gave myself too much credit on one side rather than the other, I wouldn't feel well about who I am.
I love all this.
fuck
This is
did we
perfect.
just do?
Oh yeah, we have to get the zipper back. Do you know how to put that back on?
I could fucking try. Oh, I think it goes this way.
It's okay. I'm gonna tell her it came off. I already know how I'm gonna say it. She's gonna forgive us instantly.
Oh, they need better bags. How about that?
They do.
And at least we didn't lose the fucking zipper.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. So now what I'm gonna do, because I love this. So next week we're gonna do an actual scripted walkthrough, and it scripted in the sense that we know our subject and we our flow and our times and how we have to move between subjects.
Okay.
So what would help, maybe between now and Friday, let's build a list of things that we know we want to bring into the discussion.
Okay. So then let's do a phone call on
Friday.
Friday.
Friday itself. Friday at 2?
Friday, and then, or if not, no. Let's do Monday.
You want to do Monday?
Let's give it some time to.
Oh, over the weekend?
Yeah, let's give time. Let's give things time to fucking happen.
To explore. Oh,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. We gotta wait for
need
things
let-
to fucking
we
happen.
Need, we need gestation.
We gotta get news. I think I need to fucking get back. I haven't been on any of the lives I used to be doing